Harry would have absolutely no part to play in it whatsoever. The way things are structured at the moment, they would make absolutely sure that Harry was kept well away. Dan, people don't understand that there's a distinction between a title and royal rank, but she uses it. Will the king do anything? He has bigger fish to...
DC didn't. All right, grab your tea and settle in, because Lady Colin Campbell has just dropped a royal nuke and it is juicy. According to her, Buckingham Palace has a plan. And guess what? It doesn't include Harry and Meghan, not even a little bit. Lady C isn't holding back. She's revealing everything, and it's not...
We're going to move back to this country and she was going to flaunt her frowsy self around. Look, I'm the Princess Regent, and you're just gonna have to do what I say. You know, just remember.
Not pretty. Lady C walks in, chin up, zero fear, and just straight up spits truth. She says people seriously don't get the difference between royal titles and actual rank. Meghan can't use Her Royal Highness, sure, but the title Duchess of Sussex? Oh, that's still fair game. And trust, Meghan is well aware of that. She's working it like it's her personal...
Will King Charles finally put his foot down now that Meghan is using her title to sell merch or even get commission?
Brand. But here's where the drama turns chef's kiss juicy. King Charles, he's not sending desperate texts or blowing up Meghan's phone. He's not sending royal edicts. Nope, he's doing something way more calculated. Lady C calls it loving detachment. Sounds like therapy speak, right? Wrong. It's Charles playing chess while Harry and Meghan are busy playing checkers. And guess what? They're
is the princely coronet above on the note.
Pawns. So what does that loving detachment actually look like? No calls, no texts, no Zoom calls from Balmoral, just radio silence. And trust me, that silence is screaming louder than any headline. Don't be fooled. Just because Charles is quiet doesn't mean he's weak. Behind those thick Buckingham Palace doors, the king isn't pouting. He's planning. And rumor has it, the next move, total check.
She uses it. Will the king do anything? He has bigger fish to fry.
While Meghan's out here turning Duchess of Sussex into some sort of lifestyle label and Harry's galloping through polo fields under the California sun, Charles and his tight inner circle are busy locking down a future where the Sussexes don't even exist in the monarchy's blueprint. This isn't about revenge, it's pure survival mode. And guess who's the collateral damage? Yep, Harry and Meghan.
A line, and he's not in touch with Meghan at all. And he doesn't respond to any approaches from...
Still wondering why the palace hasn't thrown down a royal hammer yet? Easy, they're waiting, saving their energy for that one big game-changing move. The one that'll leave Meghan and Harry speechless and powerless.
If it were to happen where Henry would be regent, it is my understanding that Henry and his ghost children could not reign since they do not live in the...
Netflix deals? Forget them. Podcasts? Total flops. While the Sussexes hustle their way through Hollywood, something serious is unfolding behind palace walls. And Lady C, she says King Charles and his most trusted insiders are working on a master plan so secretive, MI5 would be jealous. This isn't just crisis control, this is full-on preservation.
He be allowed to take the throne? Basically, don't the people in the line of succession need to live in the country?
We're talking private meetings, confidential updates, a 50-year blueprint for succession, and guess whose names are nowhere in any draft? Harry and Meghan, not penciled in, not footnoted, not even a tiny asterisk. It's like they never existed. It's brutal. It's final. And no, this isn't about Oprah's interview or that Netflix documentary. This is bigger. This is the monarchy doing what it's always done best, protecting the crown at all costs. Feelings, family squabbles, irrelevant. All that matters now is the future of the institution. And Harry and Meghan, they represent drama, disorder, and danger. 3 words the monarchy cannot afford. Here's the scenario royal watchers fear most. What if something happened to William tomorrow? Would Harry step in? By birthright, maybe. But according to Lady C, that is a hard no. Not now. Not ever. Sure, Harry is technically 5th in line, but behind the palace walls, they've built invisible barricades to make sure he never gets anywhere near the throne. Why? Because this isn't just a prince who stepped away. This is a man who torched his own family's legacy, sued the press, and sold royal tea for millions. The crown thrives on discretion. And Harry? He's a walking red alert. And the best part? The palace doesn't even need a public showdown. Harry's no longer domiciled in the UK. He lives in Montecito, signs Netflix contracts, and lives in a different world now. That alone gives the palace legal leverage to freeze him out permanently. Even if he begged to come back, the gates are closed, locked, and bolted. Lady C didn't mince words. No part to play. And that wasn't just speculation. calculation. That was a confirmation. The palace is executing a silent strategy. No second chances, no loopholes, nothing, because they will never risk everything for someone who turned their memoir into a vendetta. And what's the most painful part of all this for Harry? This isn't punishment, it's protection for the very thing he abandoned. He said he wanted to serve Queen and country. Well, now he's being served irrelevance. Let's hit rewind real quick to Megxit, the bombshell that rattled the monarchy to its core. When Harry and Meghan announced they were stepping down as working royals, Buckingham Palace hoped for a quiet, polite farewell. What they got was an explosion. Oprah interviews, Netflix documentaries packed with jabs, and then Spare, a memoir dripping with royal vengeance. They weren't just walking away, they were torching every sacred tradition on the way out. The monarchy's golden rule? Never explain, never complain. Meghan and Harry shattered it into pieces. Most letters on any subject that the palace receives is on the whole issue of the line of succession. Oh yeah, and this could actually be. And let's be clear, this wasn't innocent gossip. These were scorched earth exposés that painted the palace as manipulative, cold, even cruel. The result? Public trust faltered. Whispers grew louder in Commonwealth countries. For the first time in decades, the monarchy looked vulnerable. All of it thanks to one prince who couldn't stop talking. Oh, that middle picture is Archie before he took the dive between her knees at Burton Head, which caused the whole thing to start with the press, because until then, Meghan and Harry had no overt complaints about the press. Well, within 2 days, they were determined. The palace didn't shout back, they did something colder, more calculating. They picked up an eraser. Harry and Meghan are being deleted. No headlines, no statements, just erased. No future roles, no ceremonial duties, just a quiet exit into royal nothingness. Prenatal abilities. That would be the envy of Tom Daley, the great diver. Let's put it that way. And while the Sussexes are sipping iced lattes in the Californian sun, guess who's in the royal spotlight? William and Kate, the monarchy's golden couple, calm, polished, unshakably popular. The point was, there is very good reason to see them scrubbed from the line of succession. A whole load of issues. It's not just about cutting ribbons anymore. William and Kate are stepping up. Big time. More global tours, bigger events, more presence. Their brand is regal, relatable, rooted in tradition, and it's working. They are just watching and waiting for the right moment. And this is something that we will obviously come back to. But Lady C, I want to move on to this extraordinary story this week. The palace's message is loud and clear. This is the royal future, not Montecito chic, not Spotify flops. William and Kate. Royalty reborn. It's been lost because so much has been going on. But Meghan Markle has briefed security, scaled back, perks, gone. And now, the most savage move of all, their royal website profiles practically disappeared. What used to be a glitzy highlight page is now buried like an old photo in a forgotten album. That's not a tech update, that's a digital exile. She believes she is convinced Lady C that her new business ventures will make her a billionaire. This reporting in the Daily Telegraph by Victoria Ward, who does speak directly to Meghan's team. And here's where the palace is playing its most dangerous game, erasing Harry from succession talks. For centuries, that line was sacred, set in stone, but now it's being redrawn, quietly, permanently. The Duchess of Sussex is convinced her new business ventures will make her extremely wealthy. The Telegraph can reveal a well-placed source said, freedom and purpose, Harry once promised. Fast forward, and what do we have? A prince isolated in a media circus. He gave up real power for fame, and now he's stuck. His relevance depends on spilling palace drama, and the more he shares, the tighter the palace shuts him out. Meghan thinks she is going to be a billionaire and that the team of executives she has hired can get her there. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace is laying down its final verdict. No advisory roles, no regency duties, no ceremonial life rafts. If it came down to a national crisis or letting Harry back in, the crown would pick the crisis. Every single time. And let's not pretend Meghan doesn't understand branding. She's slapping Duchess of Sussex on everything from skincare to speeches, but that title, it's turning into a royal migraine. Because every time she uses it, she reminds the world of a crown she left behind. Let's remember that Victoria Ward is to a lesser extent amid scummies in skirts. Then came the million-dollar question. A fan asked Lady C if Meghan is technically allowed to use her royal title to cash in. Lady C, ice cold. Legally, yes. Morally, not even close. And there's the scandal. Meghan's walking a tightrope of legal allowance and ethical chaos, and the palace knows it. But Charles? He won't take her title. That would cause a PR explosion. Instead, he's using his deadliest weapon, silence. No statements, no drama, just slow, steady deletion. Because in this game, influence beats titles. And Meghan may still have the name, but the power behind it, gone. You know, she is the Telegraph's pro-Meghan plant that whenever they need to do anything. One fan asked Lady C the million-dollar question. Is Meghan breaking rules by using her title to make money? Her answer was icy but clear. Legally, no. Morally, yes. And therein lies the scandal. Will Meghan see this coming? Doubt it. She's banking on global obsession. But when the palace turns that spotlight off, game over. They, the Victoria ward, is the one who does it. But so we can depend on it. If you thought this was just a messy family drama, think again. The whole world's watching, and the Commonwealth isn't amused. From Canada to New Zealand, people are asking, why hasn't the king done something? We can depend on it that from Meghan's mouth to Victoria's fingertips and then onto the keyboard, Lady C lays it bare. The names, removed. The influence, gone. The titles, hollow. They won't know just how deep the exile runs until it's far too late. Because this isn't personal, it's institutional. The crown survives through loyalty. And Harry and Meghan, they made their choice when they walked away. Now, the monarchy is making theirs, quietly, ruthlessly, forever.